Good evening, everyone. To lead the broadcast tonight, we're hearing from two of the firefighters who were engulfed by flames as they battled that explosive fire in Moncton on Sunday night. It was a very close call for them, but neither was hurt. And they say they hope to be back on the job day after tomorrow. They've been speaking exclusively with CTV's Jonathan MacInnis.
The outcome could have been very, very tragic here.
Fortunately, everyone made it home safe after this early morning fire in Moncton.
I'm watching the roof, and all of a sudden, just this ball of fire came right at my face, at my body, and it was just surreal. I just kind of ducked my head like that.
Keith GUPTILL was one of the 3 firefighters engulfed by flames while at the top of his ladder. That's him highlighted in this amateur video.
And the heat was very intense, very quickly. It seemed to dissipate quite quickly. I looked at my gear, and of course I'm looking to see, am I burnt? Am I okay? And my gear was steaming.
Adam Westfield was also on a ladder on the other side of the building. He was tasked with opening a hole to let the smoke out. His partner was on the roof when the fireball came roaring out of the building.
I'm kind of paraphrasing, but I told my partner we need to go now.
Both men did, but they were far from safety.
It only really sunk in again as we were coming down, and as soon as I entered that plum of super hot gases where it was a little too hot to handle, so basically I just put my arms against the side of the ladder and jumped down about 10 feet, and then I was still in it, and I guess that's the first time where it really sunk in that this is pretty bad, and I want to see the bottom of the ladder pretty soon. So then I jumped again, and then I was able to get out of it.
Moncton Fire Chief Eric Arsenault says an incident like this is referred to as a near miss, and in his role as chief, it's his responsibility to make sure his firefighters have the best gear and training available.
Part of our protocols is to gather every firefighter, officer that was involved in this fire together on the next shift and review the incident.
Having had time to think about the fire, both men say they're fine and won't miss a shift. It's a bit harder for their families to deal with what happened.
My 2 daughters, they were in tears for a minute, as was my wife. My son, he didn't say too much. He kind of, last night, he just come up and held me for a minute, said, "Glad you're okay, Dad," you know, as a 20-year-old son's going to do.
Adam Westfield is married and has a 17-month-old son. His wife is pregnant with the couple's second child.
She told me she wants me to meet my daughter, so it was kind of heavy for me there for a second.
His daughter is due in 2 months. Both Westfield and GUPTILL say they realize how lucky they are to have escaped this fire, and with a video to prove how dangerous their job can be. And Steve, Moncton Fire Chief Eric Arsenault says this incident will be given a full review. And as for Adam Westfield and Keith GUPTILL, they say they'll be on the job when their shift starts Thursday.
It's an amazing story, John. Thanks very much for bringing it to us tonight. From the Moncton Newsroom,
you're welcome.
CTV's Jonathan MacInnis tonight.